Hey guys, is this you? Well, it has to be you, because that's me, so yeah. Oh, this is you getting faked, by the way. How to do that? Well, I'll let you know in this new video. So guys, welcome to Free Play. We're going to be going over some faking tech, how to get better at fakes, how to make it a bit more stylisher, and some things you need to know. So, first thing I want to tell you is that you do not just wiggle next to the ball. You'll look dumb, and it won't work. I see so many people dribbling the ball down the field, and then just going... and I'm just sat there on the other side thinking, okay, thanks for the ball, I guess. Yeah, wiggling next to the ball doesn't really count as a fake. It can work. I've done it out of panic situations. I've gone like this. And it does confuse some people, but it's not the best method in my opinion to get fakes out of people. So the first thing we're going to learn is we are going to be faking by not faking. I know, that sounds like some big brain shit, which it is. So what I mean by this is that you don't want to be dribbling or shooting while looking at the ball and be going, I'm going to fake the shot, and then you go, woo, like that, right? That's not how you want to be thinking it. You want to be thinking as faking as like a second resort. So what I usually do, I'll look at my opponent, wherever he is, and if we're going for the same ball, I'll read the situation first, which is what I'm going to be going over later, and then I'll decide. So when I'm going for this ball, until about, I don't know, until about a few centimeters away from the ball, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to shoot this, I'm going to shoot this, I'm going to shoot, oh, he's there, okay, I'm going to fake, and then I'll go past, right? And that's kind of how you have to think of the situation. I see so many people where they'll be so committed to the fake that they'll go for the fake and notice that the situation's changed and it's not the correct situation anymore to go for it, so keep that in mind. We're going to be faking by not faking. Big brain, big brain, big brain. So, to do a fake properly, like the tech, I guess it's like more like the mechanics of faking, which is kind of weird because it sounds dumb, seeing as faking doesn't take any mechanics, it's literally just pressing one button. But what I mean by this is kind of like how you go about it, right? So I get faking and like dribbling a lot from basketball because I play basketball in my free time. Wow, new fact you've never known about me. I play a lot of basketball, I watch it a lot as well, so I'm kind of like, I play point guard, which is a very like team-centered position. It's in the middle though, so you have to get past all the players. So this is why point guards are usually the people that get around people quick. So I like doing all the dribble tricks, I like learning all the ankle breakers and stuff like that. So yeah, what I'm getting at basically is that in the NBA, if you go for a fake, well not in the NBA, but in basketball in general, if you go for a fake, or you go for like a fake move, you want to oversell it a bit. You don't want to oversell it too much, like you don't want to be... You can oversell it too much and it can work, like I can do this in a game and then just go like that, and the guy will fly past because he's like, he sees that I'm so committed for it. But with people that have like 3 brain cells, maybe 4, maybe 5, it won't work too well against them. So what you have to do is, this is why the wiggling is bad, because your opponent can tell what you're doing if you've started to do it, and then they'll just tackle you, right? So what you want to do, you want to commit a bit of boost, if you have it available, of course. And you want to, what I usually do, I usually like drift a bit, because it changes your car like this, right? And like, it looks to the player, it looks like you're coming in from a bit more of an angle, you know? So you want to like cut it, and then you want to then continue on, right? So you don't want to be underselling your fakes, like wiggling, that's just dumb. Or you don't want to do them too quickly as well, that's what I see people do as well. They'll be like this, and they'll be like that, and then it's like, it doesn't do anything because you're not giving your opponent time to fly past or get faked or whatever, right? You want to be leaving like a little pause, so you can go like that, they fly past, and then you'd continue on, right? Cool. Cool. So we got that sorted. So now we know that we're faking by not faking. So basically deciding when to fake and not committing to the fake beforehand, basically. And we've learnt how to do the fake. So we're going to be selling the fake by overdoing it a bit. And we're not going to just wiggle next to the ball. Right. moving on to the next thing I want to tell people is being diverse. I see so many people, and I mean so many people. I see them going for a fake on a shot, and then they'll shoot, and I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. Next play, fake, shot. Okay, cool. Next play, fake, shot. And it's like, okay, I get it now, right? And then if I do ever get faked, and I'll tell you some counterplays also later on in the video, we're going to be covering a lot of stuff today. If I see people going for something like that, like if I see people going for fakes the whole time, I'll be expecting the fake more than I expect the shot. I'll still block the shot, but I'll expect the fake more. So make sure you're diverse. So basically what I mean by that is do a little dribble first, like don't fake it at all and then put it in. And then on the next time you're on a dribble, then you can do the same dribble and then you do one fake in between and then you can continue. And then the next time you're doing a dribble, you can even do it that you're like winding down, winding like this, and then you do a pop-up over them, I guess, if that works, I don't know. Or you can do a double fake, or if you're playing ones especially, because ones is a very like one-to-one focus game mode, because it's one-to-one. Wow, that's a great fucking quote right there. It's very one-to-one, so like you're focusing on your opponent a lot, so if he fakes once, you're going to notice it more than you'll notice it in threes, right? So what I'll usually do if I like start faking people and they're getting caught by it, the next time I do it, I'll fake once, I'll stop, and then I'll fake again, and then I'll take it back, right? Or I'll keep faking until they get faked. Or I'll just cut it instead and just shoot. I had this one game once where I was faking him the whole game, and it came down to the last goal, and I just immediately did my same like thing, and then I just actually cut it, and he was so not prepared for that, so that's kind of what I mean by being diverse. I'll also give you a few tips to be creative as well, which is something that's more advanced, but I still want to tell people about it. One thing as well for faking, which is important, is being good at dribbling. I've seen people go for fakes where I haven't really been too sold on it, just because I'd seen the whole game beforehand that, like, I didn't even notice that they were faking because I'd just seen how bad their dribbles were, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do as I always do and just challenge the ball, and then they didn't fake me, right? So make sure you can do all the cuts and all the dribble movements before you work on your faking. Because if you can do all the cuts and dribbles, you'll have a countermeasure in case people don't get faked. People aren't going to get faked by a cut if your cut is bad anyway, right? That's kind of how you think of it. If you see someone, like, back to basketball, right? Back to basketball analogy. If you see someone never hit a 3-point shot in the whole match, and it's like the last minute and you're ahead by a few points, right? Like, a 3-pointer isn't going to do much. And then he goes up for the 3-pointer. He hasn't hit one all game. Do you seriously think I'm jumping for it, like, with full committedness? It's like, you know. It's kind of odd. It's kind of odd. Whereas if a player's been nailing threes the whole game, like Steph Curry out here, right? And he's been going bang, long shot, that's in, that's in, that's in, from downtown, from everywhere. And then he goes for one again in the last minute. You're like, ah, fuck, I need to block that because he's going to hit it, right? And then he just doesn't go for it. It's just pump fake. And then you go flying past and then he's just hits it in. That's kind of, you need to establish like a presence before you go for the fake. Because otherwise people just don't care. You want to make people care about your fakes. One thing I've heard from Mertzy, who also has a great fake tutorial. Definitely watch that, by the way, if you're interested. This is just like a little like tips, I guess. It's not really a tutorial, although it kind of is. Whatever. Don't fucking sweat it. I think is that Mertzy also says is when you're dribbling, be like a snake. So like go back and forth and cut. I'm gonna follow this up by saying also change your speed and change directions a lot. This helps with dribbling. This also helps with faking, because if you're coming all the way just going right, and then you fake again from the right, it's gonna be more readable, and people are gonna be more likely to just challenge the ball than if you're going like right, left, and then you go fake, and you go fake, and then you go touch, and then you flick it in, right? Like, people are a lot more susceptible to fakes if you're changing directions the whole time. Also with speed, what I do as well sometimes, which is a fun little trick, is you can dribble at full speed and then you can just do this, and then you can just slow it down, right? So you can get it on the back of your car to... I'm just going to watch the replay because I want to show you guys. Full speed, and then you just pause, and then you just bump it up. So that's interesting as well. There's also, back to basketball. That's going to be a new phrase for 2020, back to basketball. One of the best, in my opinion, one of the best players, also one of my favorite players, James Harden, the big beard dude, damn. He actually said the more you change your speed, and like he's really fucking good at like being not guardable. And what he does, he changes his speed and directions like so oft. Like he'll be like, huh, we'll pause, we'll like dribble back, and they'll go, and they'll cut, and then they'll cut directions. Like it's so fucking weird. If you want to see, just like look at James Harden's gameplay. It's just disgusting. Like his basketball gameplay, not his Rocket League gameplay, of course. I wonder what he'll be like in Rocket League. That'd be interesting. Anyway, I'm going off topic here, right? Cool. So make sure you're good at dribbling and make sure you're good at hitting the ball, because if people aren't intimidated by your shots, then they don't care about it. Cool. So now we'll get into a more situational awareness section. Yep, let's go. And we are in MS Paint because I can't be asked to do graphic effects for this. My channel is very low budget, I'm sorry about that, but I find it also easier to explain on here because I can draw stuff, so cool. This is how we're going to do it. So I've drawn a lovely little ball here, which is the black round thing in the middle of the screen. And we have a blue car, and with orange I shall be drawing an enemy car, which will also be a rectangle, because we're all Dominus mains now apparently. So you want to be kind of, I'm going to do like this, so you can see where the guy's looking, right? So that's our front. Is that a good idea? I don't think it is. I'm just going to do an arrow, I don't know. That's probably better. There you go. So the top situational things you have to be aware of when you're faking is my opponent desperate to hit the ball? Or do I pose a threat by hitting the ball? That's a big question I always answer myself. We're going to the basketball example for this, which is when you ankle break someone, you're catching them on the back foot, right? So they see you as a threat. This is what I was talking about. This is why you got to be good at making shots and making dribbles, because if they don't see you as a threat, you're just going to get swatted, you know? So in basketball, ankle breakers work really well if you're an opposing threat for the team. So say, for example, in the last minutes, you need 3 points to win, and you're at the 3-point line, they're going to give their all to guard you, right? Or you've been popping off all game, and now you're attacking, and they're like, ah shit, I gotta guard this dude, you know? Awesome. So in basketball, ankle breaking works really easily if you catch someone on the back foot. It's kind of hard in Rocket League to do the same faking and ankle breaking as it is in basketball, because in basketball you actually have the ball. So it will be the equivalent of dribbling with your car to here, to like here, and then suddenly with the ball just cutting back instantly like this way, right? So that doesn't work, of course. So we got to think of other ways. So because we can't grab the ball and because our opponent can't grab the ball, unfortunately, we have to fake shooting the ball. So with our car, we're going to see if our opponent is in a desperate situation. This would be, for example, if our opponent has just, I don't know, the ball's rolling and he's just flipped past it, right? He's just gone wee and just flipped past it. So now his car is here, right? And it's facing this way. There you go, there's a shitty little arrow for you. Now you're coming here at fucking full speed with your lovely little classic trail and your lovely alpha boost. I don't know what the hell people use nowadays. You're coming here, super duper boost, woo, woo, and it's all going great, and you're speedy, super, and you're just about to hit this ball, right? That's the wrong color. You see these black arrows, there you go. And you're just about to hit the ball and make contact here. Now he's like, oh, if I backflip, let's say, I don't know, the goal's like here or something, I don't know. Or the goal's down here. So you're getting close to the goal. So you're being threatening in this position. You're doing that as a first thing. And as a second thing, your opponent is super committed to hitting this ball because he can block you, or that's what he thinks, and he's super close to the ball as well. So you go nyum, and then you just stop, and then he goes back flipping, and then you can just continue on your merry way and score, I don't know, or whatever else you people do with the ball. Right. Second example would be, this works especially good in ones, because ones is fun. This is why I play ones. If your opponent's coming from the side, right? So, again, you're in this position. This is actually a really good position just to be faking in, to be honest. Just diagonal from the ball. You don't want to be straight behind, but I'll get on with that in the situational and counterplay. So he's coming over. Where have I got a pencil? Wait, what the shit? Oh, there you go. Right. So he's gone for boost here, let's just say. I don't know. And he's like, neom, and he's like here now, right? So he's like here. That's a very small car. So he's like here, right? People do this, by the way. Like, these aren't situations I'm just making up. People actually do this. So he's boosted all the way. He's got the boost. He's feeling good. But he's noticed, oh shit, I'm out of position. Because he's not coming from here. He's coming from the side here. So, and from the side, you guessed it, we go nyum, and then we stop. And then he goes nyum, and then he just flies past, right? So that's another situation where you can fake pretty easily. Now, this is something you can do as well. If people, let's say he's head on, right? So like this. This is not a good position for you. And this is where cuts come in. So, if it's the beginning of the game and your opponent has no idea what the hell you're about, you should probably cut this, right? You're like, cut, and then he goes flying past, and then you go, unium, and then you dribble on, right? If you've been doing that all game, and he's like, damn, he's such a fanatic with his dribbling and 360 drifts, and wow, this guy's so cool, right? Then you just go, yum, and then you stop. And then, because he's blocking your cut that he's expecting from here, right? He's gonna then diagonal flip past the ball, especially if he's low rank. If he's like GC, probably not. But if he's low ranked, he'll probably be flying off, and then you can continue again, yum, right? Cool. So if your opponent is desperate to hit the ball, or you pose a threat, that's a good time to fake. Also, if he's desperate to the ball, also includes shooting it. What you can do is you can fake when a hit is expected. Like when someone goes, why the hell would you fake there? Like they're not even thinking about you faking because no sane person would fake there. But not us, because we are fake boys. Fake gang, let's go. Defensive fakes are a thing as well. You're here, well you're not here, because that'd be dumb. So you're going to be, I don't know, somewhere back. Oh, I need to erase this. There you go. So you're going to be like back here, right? With the eraser, exactly. You're going to be like back here. This is going to be your net. And then you're going to be facing this way. Awesome. So the ball's there, it's just bouncing from the middle. I don't know what the hell it's done. The ball's done something. Your opponent's just, I don't know, maybe he shot it from this way, and then he rotates through boost. So like he shot it, it's bounced off the wall, and then he's going like this, and then he's rotating back, right? And you're like, hey, I should clear this ball towards their net. Or hey, I should clear this ball somewhere. And then he's going to rotate and think, hang on, I can probably block this, and then go round. Oh, look, we're in the sideward situation again. You fake, he goes flying past, and then you can just dribble it upfield. Not in the orange, of course, but in the blue. So there's a lot of situations where you can fake. It's very dependent on if your opponent's dedicated to hitting the ball, or if he has to hit the ball. That's like the moment to fake. Like say for example, this is his net. You've just come and dribbled it like a boss from his corner, and now you're sitting in front of his net. Like this. poor dude has no boost at all. Like, absolutely no boost. And he's like speeding and speeding because, I don't know, he's wave dash or he's goated or he just used his last bit of boost or whatever. And he's speeding from his corner at top speed to save your shot because if you touch the ball it's going to roll right in. And then you just fake and then he doesn't even tumble past. He just goes, yum! And then you can just shoot it easily. So that's like a situation where he has to hit the ball. Like he has to flip. He has to flip here because if he doesn't flip here, you'll just shoot it and score it. Now there is a counterplay for this. It's super risky. So, yeah. Also, another situation where you can fake in is when your opponent is in a committed direction, which is, say for example, he's side on like this. Oh, I gotta erase the other shit, hang on. There you go. So if he's, I don't know, if he's sideways like this, facing this way. It's kind of like the backwards situation I was talking about. And you're coming in from here. These situations happen though. It looks stupid, but it happens, trust me. And then like, he's in a committed direction already, so he's not going to turn around like this and then hit because that would be too slow and you'll just be like blowing past him. And he's not gonna like go around here because then you're past him here, you're past him here, like it doesn't matter, right? What direction he goes in, you're gonna go past him. So he has to flip backwards. This is a 1v1 situation, by the way. So he has to flip backwards to get the ball and then you just fake and then he just goes flying past. Also, when you're dribbling, you can mix it in, as I explained earlier, with the tech kind of section. Make sure to be diverse though, as I said, so you can like dribble, cut, and then you can fake, and then you can continue on, right? Or you can dribble, let it drop, and then roll it, slowly roll it, and then go, and then cut it, and then do that, right? So, yeah, basically. Great explanation. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Rate my MS Paint skills in the comment below out of 10. Don't say 0, I'm gonna ban you from my discords. No, I'm just joking. Cool, let's move on to counterplay. Counterplay will also be MS Paint, by the way. So what if our opponent is a fake god? What if we're playing against Mertzy, right? Okay, maybe if you're playing against Mertzy, you can just put your controller down, because you're just gonna get faked anyway. Wait, actually, I'm gonna make this car. I'm gonna be a little bit creative here. Make it yellow. Make it purple. I don't know what the Octane looks like, dude. It's the worst drawing I've done in my life. Right, so we're playing against Mertzy, right? What the fuck are we supposed to do when he's gonna fake the ball? So if we know our opponent's gonna fake it, you can literally just snatch the ball from him like this. If someone overfakes too much, I'll sometimes do this, where I'll just, instead of coming in from this side and trying to force the 50, or coming in from here and then just going past him to force the 50, you're just gonna want to go head on and just smack it, like, away from him. In a good situation, you'll snatch it away and start, like, I don't know, you hit it off wall and it comes back and then you can dribble it, or something else, right? In a bad situation, you pinch it with him here, or you'll pinch it with him here if he actually does cut, you know? So that's a good way to counter. Another good way to counter faking is by just going head on. Which sounds really dumb, but it works, trust me. So if he's like here behind the ball and you're here, and you're not in that committed position that I was talking about, if you're in that committed position, you're fucked. So if you're here, instead of trying to block the cut, what you can do if you're fast enough, you don't come in at like this angle to block the cut, but you come in from like this angle, right? And then you're not shooting, you're trying to hit the ball, but you're also trying to shoot it through him. If you get what I mean. So basically, if he does anything, like if he fakes it, you've got the ball through him, right? If he cuts it, you can react quick and then do that. Even though that doesn't work. If you come from this side, there you go. If you do it like that, that works, but then he can just blow past you instantly. But this is all thinking about if you know your opponent's going to fake, right? And he's dumb because he's going to fake the same direction every single time. Another tactic that I do is rushing the ball, not the player. So if someone's like here, let's say the ball is a bit more far out. Because this actually isn't a real threat. I think it's more of a threat if he's a bit out from the ball. So let's just put the ball like here with my brush, not with the eraser. Thank you. Awesome sauce. And then we're gonna... Nope, we're not gonna do that. Right, forget rating my skills. They're bad. I know, I'm sorry. So say if you're here, right? This is more of a... I'm going to put our car more in a committed position. So like this. This is a very committed position, actually. If it's in front of net, you're going to be jumping for that shit. People usually would just do that, right? What I like to do is... Because I know that's going to result in a fake, because I fake people like that all the fucking time. What I'll do instead, I'll go straight to look like I'm blocking the 50, and I'll cut through the ball. So that it's a kind of, that kind of thing, you know? Exactly. I hope that makes sense. So you're faking the faker. No, you're not faking him, but basically, because what he does, his options are to cut it like this way, or to fake it and stop it, and the ball's going to stop. So the ball's going to be here, or it's going to be here. So what you're doing, where you'll cut in over the person like this, is you're blocking him from going here, and you're blocking him from just faking it. So you're going to be driving away where you cut off his clear direction, and you cut off his fake. If that makes sense. Hope it does. One way to demo, and one way to... There you go, I've given it away already. One way to counter fakers as well is by just demoing them. This is like super risky though, you shouldn't do it in a 1v1 situation because then you're just dumb. What I did once, and I remember this working so well, is I knew the guy was going to fake because he was going for it the whole game. So what I did, I literally just went for the ball. Oh no, I didn't. I went for the 50, and then I just drove past the ball and just demoed him. That's dumb though, don't do that. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. So coming from head on is a good idea. Going through the player and through the ball is usually just a good way to challenge anyway, so go for that. Don't just jump past. To be honest, because I fake a lot of people, I'm very aware of myself not to just jump into empty space, but to actually jump on the ball. Now if they're dribbling, if they have the ball on their head, so say they have the ball like here, right, and they're dribbling, that's a great ball. Thanks for this. I didn't do well in art, I'm sorry guys, I'm very sorry about this. So if they have the ball on their head, what I usually do, I do like a weird semi-hop into a flip to cover, because what they can do here, they can like dribble it and then roll it down. So they can just like roll it down, and then you're jumping over them, right? Or if you're on the floor and you tackle, they can just flick it over you, right? So what you can do like a weird semi-jump, which also works against faking the ball. What you can also do if they decide to fake it is you can do a fake challenge, which also sometimes works. So if they're faking it, they're not going to hit the ball. So there's no real threat of you just turning around. And my last tip of counterplay, not to get faked, is to get faked. That's right, you heard me correctly. Basically what you do, you commit to that play fully, and then you just get faked. And then your teammate comes in, and then he tackles. Unless he gets faked too. Then you just both look stupid. But make sure you call him. This is also what works in 2s and 3s as well if someone's dribbling. and they're gonna flick, right? So you just challenge the flick even though they're gonna get over you and you know that, but you're doing it to force them to flick so that your teammate can get it. So if you're not in a great position, like say you're even here, right, and you're facing this way, then you just get faked and just accept it, and then your teammate just rushes in and also gets faked. No. I mean, if it gets Mertzy, probably, man, probably. Yeah, cool. So we're gonna go back into free play, and I'm gonna show you some creativity stuff that you can do with faking. Right guys, welcome back to free play. Now, this is gonna be a bit more of an advanced section, so don't take these tips too much to heart if you've literally just started the game, or if you're not good at dribbling or anything that you've worked on before. Now, if you're a dribble god, no, I'm just joking. But if you're decent at dribbling and you faked a couple of people already, and you like kind of know how to do fakes, then this is the advanced elite course for you guys, right? Yes. So, first point is don't always right left fake, because A, it gets obvious really quickly, and we're going to be trying to stay diverse. And it's also kind of the easiest fake, in my opinion, to not fall for, which is crazy. It's the coolest because you're like this and then he just flies past you and you're like, yeah, I'm so cool, awesome, cool, let's score the goal, I don't know. But it's actually the easiest to just block. I find like the hardest ones are vertical fakes, so aerial fakes basically. So you're like this and then you go, and then you just fake it and then you just score like that, right? On the ground. That's a very, very hard one to not fall for, because your opponent is so committed to jumping in that scenario, and to jump high because you're going for an air dribble or whatever you're going for, or for an aerial shot, that he's like here, and then you're just gonna dribble under him, and he's gonna feel like an idiot basically. What you can also do depth fakes, which if you're thinking about this is the vertical, and then this is the horizontal, right, which is the left and right ones. Then you can also do like backwards and forwards ones, where you can like do that, which is kind of obvious, but if they don't see your car, it's not going to be very, very useful. More like the thing I'm talking about is in a 1v1 like this, say you're like that, and then you're going to chip the ball over them, you do this, and then you back off, and then you can take it round, kind of that kind of thing. Or you can do this to do the demo, then you can fake it, and then you can just shoot it in afterwards. That's also something I've done. Yeah, basically you can get a bit more creative with what direction you can fake. I've also seen people go for aerial fakes, where they'll do like a weird spin at the beginning and then like that and then go under, which is also pretty cool. So definitely look at people like fake montages or Mertzy montage, because Mertzy does a fucking great job of it. Or a lot of Pulse members also do like cool ground plays, or like Nitro Drift, for example, does cool ground plays. Definitely look at those. And if they do a fake, what I kind of do is I also practice fakes, which sounds really fucking weird, but it's a thing you can do. So say it's just like dribbling, right? So when you learn dribbling, you're like, okay, I'll keep the ball on my head, awesome, or on the car or whatever. And you're like, hey, cool, I can dribble now, right? And then you start doing that, and then you start practicing flicks. So why shouldn't it be the same for fakes? I literally sat for like 10 minutes today because I saw it in one of Mertzy's vids that he did. I know I'm fanboying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that he inspired my whole fucking playstyle. It's not my fault. Don't bully me, please. Where he did like this, where he did one fake and then he cut it, right? And that's literally what I was practicing for like 10 minutes. I like sat in free play and just did like field lengths of fake and then cut. Fake and then cut. And that's like kind of the stuff you're gonna get down, right? It sounds stupid, but practicing faking is actually a really good thing if you want to make it like a part of your game. I mean, why do you think NBA players practice pump faking? Why do you think they practice doing the moves? Like, they don't just pull it out their arse when they do it, you know? It's the same with Rocket League. You want to be planning your fakes before you do them, but you will not want to plan it. That kind of goes against what I said in the first lesson, but basically what I'm saying is you don't just want to pull anything out your ass. Like you don't just want to go, oh, I'll fake here and then I'll dribble around and then oh, I guess I'll fake again kind of thing. You want to have like clear patterns in your head what to do. So you want to be able to do like what I showed, where it's like dribble, drop, fake, cut, score, right? That's kind of what you gotta think about. So you gotta have like certain things in your head. Also, adding on to that is you can do, this is a bit psychological, but you can do tells at the start of your dribbles. So humans are very like reactive and very, they have like a primal instinct where it's like, it's also with animals as well, where it's like if you do something, you get rewarded, or if you do something, you can expect something. So like if you keep ringing a bell, running into your, I don't know, little brother, little sister's room or friend's room or whatever, whoever you have at home, if you ring a bell, run in and just slap them across the face, and you do that for like the whole day, and then in the evening you ring the bell, they're gonna be like tensing up before you're even there, you know? That's like, it's like a habit thing, right? So what you can do is, what I always do, I do like a wave dash and then I fake, right? So if I do that in a game enough, people will kind of see it coming, and so the next time I'll dribble, I'll then wave dash and then I'll just cut immediately, right? Or I can wave dash in the cut or cut in the wave dash, I don't know, something in the something basically. So you'll be like this and then I can wave dash and then cut it immediately and then go somewhere else. So that's kind of also something you can do. That's a bit more advanced, but whatever. It's a thing you can do. One thing as well, if you're like really going for the clips, like you're a Diamond 1 player, you have GC mechanics and you're going for flip resets off the ceiling and you want to be a dribble god basically, you want them to like not touch the ball at all, try to add more flair into your fakes. So going back to the fake god that is Mertzy, or other people I've watched montages of, where it's like they'll fake and then they'll do like something afterwards to like humiliate their opponent, like, ha, you fell for that. Like they'll go like this and then they'll do a 360, then they'll catch it and continue on, you know. Or you can also do it where instead of dashing, you can wave dash backwards and then you can continue, right? So that's like some little creativity things that you can add on to your game that might help you. These aren't really tips, like these creativity things aren't really good for like competitive games, but hey, who knows, you know? Do a little quick backwards dip and then continue on, you know? If he's coming from the side, that looks pretty cool. Also with the practicing and free play, one last tip I'm going to give people before I sign off is try to practice just normal faking. It sounds dumb, I'm sorry if it sounds dumb, but it is dumb, but it's true. If you're faking from here, no one's gonna fucking... People will fall for it, yeah, sure, but it won't be as effective. Whereas if you can fake from like here, from like millimeters off the ball, people are gonna believe it more, you know? It's like, you gotta try it, you know? You gotta try it before you... Or also you can, if you experiment around, you can find stuff like backwards wave dashes are effective, or wave dashes are effective, or hey, I can do this thing and then I can cut it and then I can... Yeah, cool. I'm getting off topic. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that video was informative. If not, check out Mertzy's old tutorial about faking. I wish he'd do a new one. But he's not going to, which I'm very sad about. I hope also the counterplay kind of informed you about how to deal with it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll answer. Every single comment on my videos get answered once I see them, so don't worry. If your comment hasn't popped up, it's going to be held under review and I'm going to answer it. I do hold my comments under review, not because I want to ban any people that say like bad shit. Like if you have criticism on my video and it's honest, I'll reply and I'll still publish it. Like I don't really mind too much. Yeah. Also, montage at 250 subs. And yeah, let me know how you found this one. And I'll catch you all next time. Laters!